The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Hi guys, welcome to Mr. versus Mrs. LaGrasso versus LaGrasso right here on Vince Russo's The Brand and Big Vito Brand Audio. I'm the Mrs. part, I'm Noel, he's the Mr. part, he's Big Vito, and here we are on another lovely Sunday evening recording for you folks Monday morning and or afternoon whenever the Realm Network wakes up and works. Vito, how has your week been?
I had a crappy week.
Yeah, me too. It hasn't been a great week for anybody, has it?
Yeah, I think the COVID here in Florida is starting to take over people's lives again, and it's making everybody a little crazy. I don't think people want to work. And
well, nobody wants to catch COVID.
right.
Nobody wants to take a job where they don't make any money. And then the people that have been working, like yourself, who's worked since day one, are starting to get tired. And your people, like, I'm not necessarily saying you, but like you, are continually working extra hours and more for no extra pay. And they're getting worn out. And people are walking off their jobs. Whole crews and managers are walking off their jobs. And that leaves people like workaholics like yourself, who are working your ass off. On behalf of everybody, I would like to say thank you for being essential.
You're welcome.
All right. What else, Vito?
It's just sometimes it gets to you, and it's a strain, and it's just tough right now. And living in Florida, life is good, but if you can't go out and live it and be, a real Floridian and go to the pool comfortable, go out comfortable, you just feel uncomfortable and you're worried about where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah, and this, like, usually on weekends, Vito and I hit Disney World, we go to Old Town. We're kind of like, even though we're vaccinated and we hope you guys go get vaccinated too, we're kind of like cautious because, COVID and everybody knows by now I had it. I don't want to get it again. You work in a assisted living, so you want to stay clear and make sure
Right.
you're safe. So no Disney, no nothing. We just stayed in our neighborhood and kept our distance, and we didn't go anywhere. And it's kind of a bummer because we love going out and we couldn't go out, and we're just here at home. And I do enjoy your company though.
Thank you. It's nice that you're back home.
Yeah, I am back.
How's the saxophone doing? You been playing?
I have been playing. I didn't get to play today when you went out because, Vito, this weekend has not been kind to me. This is not. If you notice, like, I'm turning my whole body instead of my head because I can't turn my head this way for some reason. Because I have a messed up neck. And then last night I've been coughing for 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days.
Just randomly just coughing my head off. Last night I coughed in the middle of the night and I bit off like the side of my tongue where you can see so I can't play my saxophone because of the reed. So I didn't get to play today. I sprayed chloroseptic on it, but I couldn't play. But I have been playing. Okay. I'm not ready for prime time yet. I'm still practicing, but I've got my careless whisper down. So I will serenade you. I mean, you heard me play, but I will serenade you eventually. Good, Saxophone's going good. How are your workouts going?
Workouts are good. Always good, it's training, keeping in shape, keeping lean, staying on a diet. Same old. I really haven't been, since I started this diet, and I've leaned out and I'm back in the gym. Just my taste for food. It's been like, I know my wife gets upset with me, but I just have not, guys. I enjoy sushi very much. Right.
We went last week.
I enjoy when I cook certain burgers. We enjoy that. Spaghetti Sunday, I thought we were going to do today, but instead we went to the country club to get out for a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
we didn't do spaghetti Sunday. I had to. Well, I
Yeah.
had to eat because I had a martini
right.
and a pint
And
of a whiskey shot.
I just think that sometimes food has just been, I just have not been in the food.
That's sad to me. Can I tell you why?
Wow.
Because you and I have always bonded over our delicious food choices. We like a lot of the same foods, almost all the same foods, actually, we like. And I'm like a foodie. I like to try different foods, and we get excited when we go to like Disney and the ice cream place is open or the hot dog place is reopened. But since you've been on this diet and you're not eating, it's like it took a little bit away. So now, like, I eat alone and I cry a little in my food. I didn't even go, we didn't even go get our pumpkin iced coffees because it's pumpkin iced coffee season again.
I was going to take you this morning, but you just weren't,
I don't even remember.
you didn't even, you've been getting up real late the whole week.
If I get up early tomorrow, will you take me for pumpkin's coffee?
Baby, I might be busy.
Oh, shit. See, I'll just order it on the DoorDash.
No, that's okay.
What is wrong with you, Vito?
I didn't say anything.
He said, that's okay. I did hear that. Don't act like you didn't say it.
So how is the Realm Network? How's everybody
What is
doing?
going on with the Realm Network? Like, I'm out of the loop here. What is happening? Do you know?
There was
Does
a
anybody
breakdown in the system. They had to re-up the system, create a new system. That's it.
I had offered help, and then Jeff told me they had it under control. I'm always there to help. Like, if Vince needs something, he'll send me a message or whatever. But I don't know anything about systems. I'm not a systems person. I know nothing about it. But I hope everybody is having like a nice, clear, fresh Realm Network program. Vito, we had a little vote last week, sir.
A little one.
A little vote where we said, what was the biggest return in the wrestling circles last week? Because it was a huge weekend, SummerSlam weekend, and CM Punk came back, and we did a little bit of poll. I'll tell you. The poll was, who had the best return of the weekend? And we had CM Punk, which was my choice. Brock Lesnar, other than me coming home, was Vito's, and then Becky Lynch. And I won by 58% of the vote.
What was mine? 58 to what?
27%, 15% said Becky Lynch.
Nah, I mean, that's fair. I mean,
And we had a really good sized vote, like a lot of people, but I think people really wanted CM Punk to come back for a long time. And I think that kind of took over. And the ice cream bars. I voted for CM Punk because of the ice cream bars.
Yeah. I think if Brock Lesnar was a mouthpiece, meaning that he got on the microphone and he had something there, people might relate to him more, but I relate to him because he doesn't say nothing, let somebody else talk, comes in, kicks your ass, and leaves. I like that.
I think that it's going to be interesting to see him moving forward without a mouthpiece because he's always had Paul Heyman in the last decade and a half.
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what I see happening here? If Brock goes against Roman, Paul's going to be in the middle. Neither one of them is going to speak, and Paul's going to speak for both of them.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I watched a match today. Somebody had put up on TikTok that I didn't even know it existed. Did you know that Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle wrestled each other in Japan?
Yes.
I did not know that. I watched it. I never saw it. It was a very good match. So Vito, some other things that are happening around the world, other than, you lost the vote again. There is some information sneaking out about Netflix making a Hulk Hogan biopic. And I find it interesting because some of their choices so far, or whatever, and The Rock coming out with his TV show, and the people that, like, the guy that plays Andre the Giant's great. The guy that plays Rocky Johnson is great. They got these dead-on actors that are participating in these bio pictures and bio TV shows. And I was wondering if we could do a fun vote this week. If we could ask you guys, if there was a Big Vito bio picture, it would obviously be rated R. If there was a Big Vito bio picture, who would play Vito? Who would be Vito? Now, I have a lot of choices in my head of some wonderful people that could play Vito. But I want to do actors that are acting currently, nobody from the past, because obviously both you and I would be like, Yul Brynner, just because we want to meet him. But right now, Vito, I defer to you. Who would you like to play Big Vito? And then we'll kind of fill the other roles in your life as we go along. But who would you like to play Big Vito in your own biopic? You thinking?
I would say The Rock could probably pull it off.
You've been talking shit about The Rock for years. Enough so that people posted on some thing about you and The Rock have heat, which you don't, but now you're going to tell me you want The Rock to play you in a biopic.
We're both good-looking motherfuckers. Right? Both good-looking motherfuckers, right? I'm one up on The Rock. I post Playgirl. You know what I mean? So I'm one up on Rock. He did get shorty. You know what I mean? We played the gay guy. So, I mean, I just...
he was only named the People's Most Handsome Man Alive in like 2 years and covers a GQ magazine, his own TV show. He was on Ballers on HBO. He's had tons of movies out, awards, things like that. But he did not pose for Playgirl. You're right.
Did. It's only Stallone, Sinatra, Big Vito.
Now, I'm surprised you didn't want Stallone to play you in
Burt
a
Reynolds.
biopic. Frank Sinatra never posed naked in Playgirl. I'm Googling. There's no way.
Oh my
there is no
God.
way Frank posed naked.
Anyway, with Burt Reynolds,
Burt Reynolds did.
Big Vito, Stallone. I mean,
I'm looking this up. Nancy Sinatra was naked, not Frank. You had the wrong Sinatra. What is wrong with you? So why are you not picking Stallone to play you? That's who I thought would be. I thought as soon as I said biopic and you were going to yell out like Stallone or De Niro with his head shaved. Well, De Niro is way too old.
yeah, but they couldn't do.
But Stallone.
Yeah, but Stallone would be good. De Niro, Pesci. Not Pesci.
Not Pesci. You're nothing. Joe Pesci is way smaller than you are. But I could see you staying Stallone. I'm surprised The Rock, because you have all this, heat with The Rock. I'm surprised. You've been cutting his shit for years, and now all of a sudden he's you in a biopic.
We're two equal motherfuckers.
Vito, I would like to pick somebody for you to be, and I'm totally going off base, and it might not be good, but I hear this all the time. I hear this person reminds, people of you. Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious. Yeah. I can see it. I think you're better looking than Vin Diesel, but I could see Vin Diesel playing you. I thought about the singer Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. I thought about him, but he's too tiny to play you. You're big. So we need like Vin Diesel. So I'm going to say my choice to play Big Vito is Vin Diesel. Vito, let's fill in the cast a little bit, shall we? Let's look at your life and let's fill in the cast a little bit. Who is going to play me? Who would play me? Don't say something fucking stupid, because it just popped into my head. You could say something really dumb right now. You could say something super dumb right now, but you're not going to do that. You're not going to say it starts with an M. You're not going to say it. You're going to say something.
Who could play you?
Who could play me? Let's see. Actresses who could play Noel.
Drew Barrymore.
She's too old.
How
Drew
about
Barrymore's a lot older than me.
How about J-Lo?
Still too old. Way older than me. J-Lo. I'm not Latina at all.
Paula Abdul.
Too old. These people are way older than me. You got to pick somebody that's like my age.
Jessica Simpson.
No, I look nothing like Jessica Simpson.
Ronda Rousey.
No, these people look nothing like me. Let's see. actresses. I could see Christina Ricci playing me. Christina Ricci would be a good Noel. Don't you think? She'd be a pretty good Noel. Look, here's her with bangs. Christina Ricci would be an excellent Noel Harlow, I think. You have nobody to play me because you want to say Marissa Tomei, and I'm gonna like clock.
No, she's not.
All right, okay. So you have nobody to play me. J-Lo. Who's over
Honey,
50.
Can I be honest, guys? I'm going to totally be honest, right? Do I keep up with who's the hottest and who's in the who's who of the movies as far as women? I don't. So I'm being honest. So if you pick somebody, you're showing me
Christina Ricci, I think would be
Christina Ricci.
good.
Let's go with her.
Okay, so she's your Noel. I'm gonna screenshot that. There's your Noel. Okay,
Right.
Who's your Vince Russo? Who would play Vince Russo, bro, in the Big Vito biopic?
Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld. You would pick Jerry Seinfeld to me. No, see, I could see, quite honestly, I could see Joe Pesci being Russo. I think he could be Russo. I think he could say bro. You don't think he could play Vinny?
You know who could? You know the guy from the Wedding Crashers, not the blonde haired guy, the other guy?
Yeah, but he's real tall.
So is Vinny.
No, I guess he is real tall. Is Vinny taller than you?
But it doesn't matter tall. That guy could do it.
He could pull it off. I don't know.
So that's my Vince Russo.
So that's your Vince Russo. Who would play Johnny the Bull? Who would play Johnny Stamboli?
Have to be dumb as a stump.
John is not dumb. He's like the president of a mortgage company.
I could think Joe Pesci would play Johnny.
He could. The tall guy from Wedding Crashers might actually be able to pull off. We just need to put all the Italians in like a pile and start picking them. And here's the ultimate. And honestly, Joe Pesci could play everybody. Joe Pesci could be multiple characters. Because who's playing Nunzio? I could see Joe Pesci playing Nunzio big time.
Probably.
Every character that surrounds you is played by Joe Pesci.
Shit happens.
There's nothing better than that. So, okay, Vito, The Rock, or Vin Diesel. We agree. Christina Ricci is definitely a Noel Harlow. Vince Russo could be played by Jerry Seinfeld. Vince Vaughn is the guy from Wedding Crashers. You keep saying the tall guy. He could be Vince Vaughn. Johnny the Bull, you got to get somebody jacked to play John. Jason Momoa could play John, even though he's kind of a tropical looking guy. He's jacked. He could be John. You know who I'm talking about? Jason Momoa, the big island guy that Nina and I like drool over. Well, he is handsome, and it's either no hair or all hair for me and no in between. You know how that works. It's more Nina than me because I have you. So I don't know. I think Jason Momoa could play Johnny the Bull. I don't know. You say Jason?
How about one of the Paul brothers?
No, they're not actors. They're just jerk offs. Look, if you cut his hair, he could be John.
He looks nothing like Johnny the Bull. What?
Jason Momoa looks like if you cut his hair, he couldn't play John. No. That's stupid to you? Oh my God. Guys, I try my best.
Who's the guy who used to do the De Niro, who used to come out with as De Niro's kid? Who's the guy who played De Niro's kid? Look like him.
In what?
Goodfellas. No. Yeah, Goodfellas. Was it Goodfellas?
No. Was he the one where De Niro was the bus driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell's the name of that movie? What is the name of that movie?
I don't know.
I know who you mean. That kid's in jail.
No, he's out of jail.
Oh, did he get out?
Mm-hmm.
So you want him to play Johnny the Bull?
Yeah, I think he would. Yeah, actually, yeah, he would be a good Johnny the Bull.
It would be a good Johnny the Bull. Who would play Disco? Because I know everybody is on the edge of their seat. I think Disco would have to play himself. Who would you get to play Glenn? I don't know. Could it be and Glenn Gilberti as Disco Inferno? He'd have to play himself.
Who? Okay. Now, I know it doesn't, like, you know, if we had to do a documentary, you had to pick. I would pick Fabio to be Hulk Hogan. When
Fabio, like if you could go back in time.
Right, go back in time.
Fabio has way more hair than Hulk Hogan wishes he ever had. The actor that they picked to play Hulk Hogan for this Netflix thing is the guy that played Thor in the Marvel movies. I think he's an excellent pick for Hulk Hogan. But if you had to go back and pick like classic actors, like if you were going to go back, like I was saying, like we would say Yul Brynner could play you because you look alike. Who would you get to play Hulk Hogan from like a classic actor? Who would you get to play like, you know?
That's tough. Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren would play. Yeah, he could play a Hulk Hogan. You know, if I went all the way far back, you know who I could get to play Vince Russo? Humphrey Bogart would make a good Vince Russo. Yeah. And I really think so. Like, I would totally like put together like a little Rat Pack for a movie about you. I would like, you know, Johnny the Bull could be Dean Martin.
Who could play the Macho Man?
I don't know who the guy is that plays the Macho Man in the Rock's TV show, but he's damn good. I don't know who he is though. But who could play the Macho Man? Oh, there's a guy I already know that could play the Macho Man. Joe, is it Mangione? He does a dead-on Macho Man impression that my friend Devin sent me a thing for years ago. He's a huge wrestling fan. Him and his wife, Sophia, whatever her name is, they go to wrestling shows. He would be a great Macho Man. But Macho Man has to be in this biopic. I just don't know who is playing him. You can't have a Hulk Hogan pick without Randy Savage.
We're gonna look this receiver. I picked Fabio. We're gonna Noel is gonna look to see who could play Macho Man. She'll pick an actor.
Yeah, I'll pick an actor. I believe I know who. So, guys, here's the vote. Who will play Vito in the Big Vito biopic? I say Vin Diesel. Vito says The Rock. I'm still in shock. I'm tagging The Rock in this, by the way. You guys have, and we want to hear your choices too. We want to hear who you guys think should play Big Vito in a Big Vito biopic. You have 5 days to vote. Go over to my Twitter account. It's at Magic capital T Spiller, and you can vote. And we will come back here next week and we will tell you guys the results of the poll. I honestly want to hear who you guys think would play everything, because like we could just have our own little like phony Big Vito. But the funny thing is that people have come to you before and talked about doing a biopic with you. Remember?
Yeah.
And honestly, guys, if Vito ever sat down and wrote a legit full life story book, nobody would believe it. And it's all true. He has the craziest life story. Someday you have to sit down and have like an actual, like full on, like, this is my story thing. Maybe one day. So guys, Vito has been taking off on TikTok all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like, we started playing with it at the beginning of the pandemic and having fun. He went viral one time. Well, now he's got some view, 32,000 here and this and that and the other thing out of nowhere, just sharing wrestling and stuff. And he's getting to talk to fans and people are making videos. So guys, go over and check out Vito's TikTok at the Big Vito brand. It is free to join TikTok and follow us. Vito's going to do some more TikToks for you guys too. I'm going to film one, I think, tonight. Since you got so many more all of a sudden followers on there. We're under all social media at the Big Vito brand. So you could check us out at the Big Vito brand. We have a little bit more time, Vito. Is there anything else that you want to cover before I wrap us up for the weekend?
No, if you go to TikTok, guys, TikTok has been taken off. And thank you very much for everybody appreciating my wrestling and watching my stuff. I greatly appreciate it. It's always nice to know that my work was respected. And, you know, I enjoy it. You never know if there's going to be another run. I mean, we've been, you know, I didn't go through all this dieting and training for nothing, because it was something on the table. So we're still waiting for it to pan out. But the way it's looking right now, I don't know.
I don't know. The world's kind of messy, and it was in another part of the world that's kind of messy. So we're just kind of keeping our ear to the
So if all you people
floor.
wanted to know why I went on this diet and I got back in wrestling shape and all this other stuff, well,
it's okay.
hopefully,
it's okay.
You know, I always say there's always one more chance. And if I have one more chance to do it, go out there and do my thing, I know that I would do good. Believe me, I would do good. And do I miss it? Of course I do. Do I miss the politics and the bullshit? Of course I don't. And really,
It's Cliff.
Really?
It's
Really?
he's looking for a streamer for the Logan Paul fight.
Who is?
CM Sereni. Cliff.
All right, guys, we gotta go. We gotta go check out Chris Paul.
Logan Paul.
Chris Paul, Logan Paul.
Jake Paul, Peter
Jake
Paul,
Paul.
and Mary. And
Hey. Close the show.
guys, thank you for joining us here on the Big Vito brand and the Russo brand. Remember, we got 5 days to vote. We will come back here with the winner next week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.